Hi, my name's Steve. This is my business partner, Austin. And today we will be looking at the service page on a website. And we started off, we just randomly looked at LA bookkeepers. And this one came up very high. And so we decided to look at the services page, which we're on. And they do list their services, which is, decent. But for the value of Google Business Profile, which is what we all should be after, you should have a separate page for each of these services. So that's important for a number of reasons, but without going into detail, Google Business Profile respects that, and that they look at that as the second opinion. And, you told them first you do this. Now they go to your website, you got a page for it. They know you do it. So that's excellent. And on most of the service pages, we see something like this. We do bookkeeping, we do payroll, we do vendor management, bill pay, those types of things. And a lot of them don't put any detail or context. This one, did have some specifics, so I'm not trying to pick on them. But just in general, a lot of people just list off the stuff they do, and that's not as helpful as it could be. It's much better to let customers know what you can do for them. We've talked a lot about that, but you need to think like a marketer, think like a copywriter, and that will go a long way towards transitioning just being a bookkeeper to being a very successful bookkeeper and business person. What would be something good on the service page? Hi, my name's Steve. I work with Steve's Bookkeeping, and tell them how you are going to help them. Whatever you do that helps them, get that on there. In the service page, I need to see the value I'm going to get right off the bat and have a separate page for each one. Stop writing for yourself and write for your client. That's overall on every part of the website. You need to remember that and always have a call to action at the bottom. Let's see if this particular one does.
The call to action was near the top.
Let's see.
Contact us.
Okay, contact us is not my favorite call to action, but let's see where it goes. Okay, it's not horrific, but I would much rather see it call you automatically, from a phone. It still gets the job done. In a perfect world, I would like to see a contact us underneath everyone, but you'd also have a separate page for it, so it makes it easier. And that's pretty much where I wanted to go with this. And oftentimes, throughout your website, you want to lead with the problem. Let the people know what they're facing and how you can solve it. That's where your service comes in. So, are you wasting hours trying to keep up with your books and you're always behind? I can fix that. Boom, and you say what you do. So it's not complicated, but it's just a different mindset, different thought process to think like your client as opposed to thinking like yourself, which is hard to do. All of us are stuck thinking how we've always felt. So we're good at marketers. We don't necessarily think like you guys, and you don't necessarily think like us. So we're trying to change that mindset. I'm going to turn it over to Austin to finish up, and maybe I'll come in one more time. But Austin will take over from here.
So the services page is a good example for how you can basically narrow down your niche. Your niche is a niche.
Yeah, people say it both ways.
So say, I don't know what they do, but on here you would put, we specialize in restaurants and, like, I don't know, taco trucks or something like that, car washes. Just really narrow down your niche so you can really target the specific niche. Don't try to, like, hide your process. Try to show what you do. Like, oh, step one, we do a. Let's see if I can find an example. I guess it's not on here. It'd be like, step one, we do a discovery call. Step two, we clean up your books. After that, we'll handle your bookkeeping every month, and then, You can stop stressing. Something like that. And you talked about it a little bit. You want to end with a clear call to action. So that would be up here. Something like that. Just book a free call here.
So, Austin pointed out some really important parts, but for you, I want you to think of two things going forward. Think of writing for the client every time, and think of agitating the pain. So they're tired. They're wondering where their money's at the end of the month. You answer those questions for them. Those are huge things for every business. You answer those. So make sure to agitate and then let them know how they can get the answer to that. How can they be relieved of having to worry about books and time and those things? You have the answer. And at the end of every one of these, so this should be a separate page. You can write a little more about it and have a call to action. It doesn't have to be amazing, but you can, let's say that this is all you had to write. Put a picture of yourself helping somebody, or somebody in your business, and give a call to action. Book your appointment today, call us today, whatever it is. Same with this, a controller review. Put a picture and a call to action. And this is also another thing. So controller review, that doesn't ring true to me as a marketer or whatever. What exactly is a controller review? What happens here? So make it clear, make it so that people that aren't in bookkeeping understand what you're talking about. The rest of this looks I can understand most of maybe data redundancy and encryption. I might not put it quite that way, but make it so that the people understand. And if you do those two things, you'll be successful in this business. I know you are good at Bookkeeper, so you're already successful at that. But the marketing part is what's actually going to make you the money. So that it's as important as your bookkeeping. We'll talk to you tomorrow.